Welcome to my first video of 2024. Happy New Year, my lovely people. I'm so excited to be celebrating a brand new year. So in today's video, I'm gonna be discussing positive, body neutral New Year's resolutions. Coming up with New Year resolutions can be really super toxic. A lot of people correlate their goals with how their body look, how much money they have, and all these like negative things that don't really matter at the end of the day. There's so many more important things in this world other than how much money you're gonna make or how much you weigh. I would like to shift the focus from what we know as New Year resolutions to maybe retraining our mind to what New Year resolutions can be, how to make it positive and not toxic, and have these weird ass, oh, I'm not gonna eat anything to get the holiday food off goals. I think that's weird as hell that we literally wrap our whole life around what people think about our bodies, and I think it's ridiculous. In my opinion, unless you're like physically dying, sick, ill, there's no reasons for you to have these really awkward, toxic body goals or over the top money goals, work goals, even the toxic like, I'm gonna work so hard, I'm not gonna have any days off. It's just so weird and toxic. There is so much more to life. And honestly, being at peace is the most important part of life. As you guys can see, I'm not putting like a full-blown face of makeup on today. I'm just gonna tidy up my face a bit while I talk to you guys about this topic. I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of video. If you do, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It takes 1 second to subscribe, only if you really enjoy it. Obviously, if I'm not your cup of tea, completely understood. I am here for the people who are looking for me, and I am a body confident advocate who is here to help you feel better mentally, spiritually, and physically. So let's get into this video. So the first thing I want to talk about is what body neutrality means. There is a difference between body positivity, body neutrality, and body confidence. The reason why I want to get in depth about body neutrality is because a lot of New Year resolutions that we have are based around body image, how much we weigh, what we look like, and honestly it's like the least important part about you. But I want to just educate you guys a little bit about how it's okay to be okay in your body, and there is a toxic positivity when it comes to like body positivity, but that's just not what I represent, and that's not what I'm a part of, if that makes sense. I have notes here, so bear with me. I'm gonna look down. Body neutrality is about adopting a neutral and accepting stance toward our bodies. It encourages us to focus less on appearance and more on what our bodies can do for us. It's about acknowledging and appreciating the functionality and uniqueness of our bodies without judgment, okay? So what that doesn't mean is, oh, I don't care what society thinks. If I'm gonna eat 50 cupcakes, I'm gonna eat 50 cupcakes. That is like really toxic and weird. You're never gonna catch me saying like, yeah girl, don't be healthy, don't work out, don't do things that make your body feel good. I'm not gonna say that. But what I'm not gonna do is be harsh on where my body stands when I am doing the healthy things, when I am working out, when I am paying attention to what I'm putting in my body, when I am feeling good and I just don't necessarily look like what the beauty standard is. Now, fat positivity and body positivity, which is different from body neutrality, can be very toxic. A lot of people who are in the body positive space have come out and been like, you know what, I know I've been saying, girl, eat all these cupcakes, do whatever you're gonna do, but I actually am not happy in my body, or I actually am dealing with the ED. And that kind of turned me off because like, I feel like it's so fake to pretend that you're 100% okay with advocating for an unhealthy lifestyle. Like, I'm sorry, this is just my personal opinion. So if you're one of those people who are like, yeah sis, do whatever you want, I never agree to that. There's just a toxicity around that mindset. So I just want to clarify, like, I just don't agree 100% with the body positivity movement, but being body neutral and accepting what your body is at the moment that you're at, like, I can get behind that 100%. So let's talk about body goals and New Year resolutions. So when you're making your New Year resolutions, it shouldn't sound like, I'm gonna lose 50 pounds this year. That's really super toxic, and sometimes weight loss is not good for your body. A lot of people think that weight loss correlates to positivity, goodness, you're doing a good thing. But there's some people who are extremely underweight already, and we're encouraging people to be even more underweight. Or maybe you feel good with where your body is, but when you lose a whole bunch of weight and you're focusing so much, you feel worse. I will say the more that I focus on my body, when I was on that crazy weight loss journey and everything was all around was based around my body, I felt my worst. I did not feel good. But some goals that I could make for New Year resolutions can be, I'm gonna find a new exercise that I can enjoy, but also help me be fit, right? So for example, I did tennis last year because I really wanted to experience something different. I wanted to enjoy exercise without it being toxic, because I was taught that if you were not about to throw up, then you didn't work out hard enough, right? Like in my mind, that was how I enjoyed exercise. And I couldn't enjoy exercise unless that was my mindset, that I felt like I needed to puke or I needed to have this extreme body goal. If I lost 17 pounds, then it was, I'm amazing and I'm doing great. But if I feel good, if I go on a walk, that's not hard enough of a workout. I recently just started a 3-mile walk. So my New Year resolution is to do 3 miles a day for 30 days. Not to lose weight, not to look different, but because walking is good for your body. Do you hear like how that doesn't sound really super negative and gross? I just wanted to reiterate, it's okay to make body neutral resolutions, right? So your New Year resolutions should be prioritizing self-care. It should also be prioritizing embracing movement, right? That's how you make body neutral resolutions. Even if like you decide like, I'm gonna do more positive self-talk, that is another example of a positive New Year resolution that is completely body neutral, okay? I gave you a couple examples before, but I'm gonna be like really super specific, right? This year I'm going to practice mindfulness. I'm going to do more positive affirmations every day. I will be exploring more physical activities that are fun. I will surround myself with positive influences, which means curating your content, making sure that you're following the people that make you feel good about yourself. Also being around people who are not down talking you, making you feel bad about who you are, making you feel like you're not good enough in your skin that you're already in, right? Everybody has their own thing that they're dealing with. A lot of people give you advice from where they're at in their life, and some people are just raised completely differently. You can't fault people for not getting it right. Some people really genuinely think that when they come to you about your body or your goals, or they know what's best for you, it's because they really genuinely a lot of the time do care and they do want to help. But at the end of the day, it is really super important that you come from a place of self-love first. You're not gonna make any changes, even if you wanna go through a massive weight loss. You're not gonna do a complete 180, right? Because you lost 50 pounds. You have to go through this transformative mindset shift of I am okay, period. I'm good enough, period. I don't have to look any different to be valuable. And even with money, this is like a huge one. I would love to talk about getting into like New Year resolutions for success and money. People put a lot of pressure on themselves to be successful. Some of you guys have a lot of ideas and things that you want to do, or maybe you're good at a lot of things and you guys are so disciplined with going to work and working really hard. But some of you guys are not disciplined in resting and meditating and asking God what you're supposed to be doing. You know, a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm gonna work every day for 12 hours for the next 90 days. I'm gonna get this many followers. But the followers don't really matter if you're not reaching a particular audience. And you don't know what your audience is if you're just grinding and you're just posting just to post, or if you're just working just to work and you're not doing it for a purpose or a reason, you're gonna burn out. You're not gonna enjoy what you're doing. So if you're gonna make a New Year resolution about your work, I am going to do work that I enjoy and I am passionate about. I will do positive affirmations about my money. I was blessed enough to not really struggle because I knew that God had my back. I knew that no matter what I did, that God was gonna make it happen for me. I didn't have to work a million hours, set unnecessary goals. I remember last year around this time, or not last year, 2 years ago around this time, I quit my job and I was really scared. I genuinely was not sure if I was gonna be able to survive. I was living off my 401k, and at that time, I just felt like I have to do everything. I can't sleep until I work as hard as I possibly can. And the only thing I didn't do was go to God and ask God to provide for me. And the moment I let go and I let God to provide for me, that's when everything fell into place. It's not because I worked harder. If anything, I stopped working hard. I said, you know what? This is not my problem. I'm doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like I'm talking to God and He's guiding me and leading me to this path. So I am for sure gonna make sure that I lean into that. So if I feel like I'm being led to rest, I'm going to rest. If you're freaking out about finances and you're a spiritual person, when you're freaking out and you're doing all this work to make money and have a certain amount of income, it's low-key like you're saying that you don't trust that God is gonna do it for you. You don't trust me. I am your God. You pray to me and you are freaking out about finances even though I told you I had your back. And that's just from a spiritual side. I don't mean to get all spiritual and Christian or weird on you guys, but a lot of times or a lot of reasons why you do not hit your goals is because you're in a poverty mindset. You're freaking out. You're setting these goals that are not attainable because you're fearful that you're not able to do it. So you're gonna work to have a certain amount of success. And I'm not saying that working hard is a bad thing. I'm just saying that how you work and your mindset about it and the faith that you need to be successful, you have to have a certain mindset. I read a book, it's called The Millionaire Mindset, and it stated that you can only have the amount of money that your mindset is at. So if you have a $50,000 mindset, that's all you're gonna make. If you have a $100,000 mindset, that's all you're gonna make. If you have a $1 million mindset, you're not gonna go past $1 million. Even if you are someone who makes multiple six figures, if you have a mindset that's $50,000, things are gonna happen in this world to take it away from you. Just things are gonna break down, people are gonna borrow money, someone's gonna steal from you, and it's gonna be like you never made that multiple six figures because your mindset is so stuck in a poverty space. When you're making your New Year resolutions, baby, promise yourself that you'll talk to universe, God, whatever you believe in, more about your finances. I'm gonna trust in God more. I'm gonna take more leaps of faith in my business. I'm going to do things that I'm inspired to do. I'm not gonna just work just to work, right? Let me look at my notes because now I'm just ranting. So I have one more thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and it is overcoming societal pressures, because that could be really challenging. Everybody else is doing it. Everybody else is making New Year resolutions. Everybody's on grind mode. Everybody is on weight loss mode. Everyone's on, oh, I want to be fit, whatever. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt pressured before and feeling like I have to adapt to what everybody else is doing. For so many years, I was in the gym, hitting the gym, if anything, working out harder than everybody else around me because I felt like I had something to prove. And my body just didn't cooperate, okay? I have PCOS, it's hard for me to lose weight. I can lose weight, I've done it, but the amount of effort that it takes, it requires for me to look a certain way, it's 3 times the amount of effort as like everybody else that is naturally thinner, right? So I had to make a decision of, do I wanna be happy in my life and enjoy life? Or do I wanna 100% focus on my body? Same thing with money. I was like, do I want to physically worry about finances, and do I want to be in control of my own life, or do I want to allow God to do his thug thizzle? And that was very hard to make that change and say, look, like, all right, God, this is on you, it's not on me anymore. Like, it was hard to do that, but once I did, it was like the best thing that I ever did for myself, because like I said, I trust that God is gonna do the things that he needs to do. And I know everybody else is telling you to grind. Everybody's telling you don't sleep. Team no sleep. There's no time to rest. no crying, you can't even be emotional, you have to be 100%. And it's just like, how many people are successful and they're unhappy because they live under this pressure of, if I don't have this penthouse, if I don't have this car, if I don't have this lifestyle, then I'm not there. And at the end of the day, if you have to choose peace and less money and being rich and always being at a unsettled space, I'm always gonna pick the peace. And sometimes you have to realize that the type of life that is the most peaceful is your needs are always met. I have nothing to prove to anybody. I don't need a high-rise penthouse to be happy. I don't need a Lamborghini. I mean, I have an Audi on my vision board. If I get the Audi, I get the Audi, right? It'll be a cool accomplishment. But if I don't get an Audi, and if I do get an Audi, it doesn't correlate to my success. Me being happy, fulfilled, spiritually, mentally settled is success, and that's my definition. And if your success definition is this much money in the bank and this body, then it's gonna be a tough road for you, because we always want what we can't have, right? And at the end of the day, some people can have it all. I guess I'm not gonna limit you. Some people can have it all. I'm not saying you can't have it all. I'm just saying that I want you to dig deep, figure out why you want the things that you want, and ask yourself, do I want this because I want this, or do I want this because I want everybody else to see me in a certain way? So I hope when you're making your New Year resolutions that you can follow this mold, that this is helpful. I don't know how you guys are gonna take this video, because it's opposite of what everybody has taught you. You're taught to grind, you're taught to go to the gym and work out and don't eat these many calories and blah, blah, blah. That's what we're taught. But like, I'm telling you right now, when you love yourself, you are gonna naturally eat a salad, okay? When you love yourself, you're gonna naturally do self-care. Just because I am a bigger person does not mean I don't take care of myself. If anything, I'm always constantly, oh, okay, when I eat this type of food, my stomach hurts. When I eat that type of food, this hurts. And I won't eat certain things because I know my body doesn't like it. But just because I don't have a straight size body doesn't mean I'm just out here living my life, eating whatever I want. All right, actually I do eat whatever I want, but there's limits. When you truly love yourself, you're going to say, okay, this is not good for me. Like, I need to calm down. But if you don't have any self-control, self-love, obviously everybody's in a different space in their life. But for me personally, I know that I care about how I feel, and I know that I'm gonna always go with, not always go with a healthy choice. There's moderation in everything, but for the most part, I'm gonna eat my grains, I'm gonna eat my vegetables, I'm gonna be balanced. I'm gonna eat my pizza if I wanna eat my pizza, but I'm gonna eat my Caesar salad if I wanna eat my Caesar salad, if that makes sense, okay? Same thing with money. I know that I'm gonna buy things that make me happy, but I also am not so concerned with keeping up with the Joneses. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Happy New Year, and I hope that I bring some peace to any of you who have been struggling with keeping up with societal standards of beauty or societal standard of success, because honestly, nothing matters. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.